This text strategy is going to be utilizing Google Forms. So when you sign into your Google account, or after you do so, if you hit the little icon up here for apps, you can then bring up your Google Drive. Once you're in your Google Drive, you will notice you can hit the down arrow here, and this will show all your folders. Symbol here shows if you're sharing the folder with anyone, such as a class. I'm going to click on that, and then I actually set up example folders. I'm going to create a new folder, call this one Okay, I named this one teacher folder because these documents you're not going to want to share with your students. You'll share the link with your students, but you don't necessarily want to share the actual Google form with your students, and you'll see in a second what that's meaning. So now I'm inside of this folder, and it says teacher folder, so I know these documents only I'm going to see, or only I'm going to see or share with other teachers, not my students. So I'm going to click on create. I'm going to click on form. First thing that pops up is it's asking you to title the name of the form. And then the second part is this is just decorative. You can click on these different themes here. So I named it. After you sign in, one thing you can do is uncheck mark require U46 login to view this form, or you can leave this check marked if you're going to have all your students only using their U46 logins to take this. But for now, until students all have their accounts set, I like to uncheck mark that. Then you can come in and title a question. And this is a multiple choice type of question. I'm going to leave the option to add other. You can make this a required question by check marking this. What required question will do is when they're done with this form, submitting their answers, if they haven't answered anything that is check marked as a required, it won't let them submit their answers. If this is uncheck marked, that's basically stating it's an optional question, and it will let them submit it without answering. And just so you know, this check mark box here, we will get into this in another lesson that gets more in depth. You can actually control by what answers they answer. We'll send them to a different question next. I'm going to uncheck mark that for now. Done just means you're done with this question. Okay, then you can click on add item. And just to show you, a text type of question will allow the student to enter a text answer up to 140 characters, while a paragraph is a much longer. You can do check boxes, which allows you to mark multiple answers. So maybe you're asking what are your top 3 favorite colors. You can have them check 3 different answers. Choose from a list is where it will be a pull down, and they'll be able to choose one answer from the list. And then you can also go scale. So if you're asking a question that's more or less, for example, maybe sticking with the color theme, on a scale of 1 to 5, how likely are you to choose red? And then the students will have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to choose from. You can do a grid, date, and time style of questions as well. Let's go ahead and put in a text question just to show you. I'm going to click required and done. Now, some other features of this form, you can put in a formal description here. And down at the bottom, this is what they'll see after they submit it. You can change this, you can add to it whatever else you want to do. There's some other options here, such as show link to submit another response. If this is a one-time form, you only want them to fill it out once, you can uncheck mark that, and when they're done, it won't allow them to submit another form. But sometimes it's nice to leave this checked because it will leave them with a link that will just bring up a fresh, clean form that they can start filling out again if needed. Now, once you're done, there's a couple ways. You can email the form by hitting send form. If you want to share the link, though, that's usually probably the easiest way, is click view live form. It will pull it up, and then you can copy the web address and give it to your students however you see fit. You can use a program like Edmodo. Something else I've worked with another teacher with is creating a Google Doc. And naming it daily activities. For example class. This you can share with your students, this document, and you can just simply date it. So today's the 17th, 2014. You can write in what you're supposed to do today. And then you can paste the link in there so students have access, and then the next day or a couple days later, whenever you're going to do another online activity, you can go ahead and put in another date, and they will know then documentation of what they've done every day. So that's an easy way of getting these links out to your students if you're not currently using something like Edmodo. So let's go ahead and we're going to actually answer this. I'm going to say and submit. So right here's where I'm talking about that allows them to automatically pull up another form. Let's say blue this time. And I'm just putting in a couple so you can see how the data is pulled. Okay, so we're going to come back to our original form. This isn't what you send the students. This is just if you ever want to make changes or anything. You can stop accepting responses. Let's say it's a quiz and you want them to do it by the end of the week. At the time you tell them it's going to stop accepting responses, you can stop it here. Then you can click View Responses. This will show you a list in its live time, show you the time they filled it out and their answers. Another feature I really like when we're doing it for something like bell work or exit slips is if you click on responses, you can view a summary of responses. And this is sort of nice because it will automatically pull charts like this for your entire class, and you can share it with your class, and no names are shared or anything, so you can easily be able to understand what your class is gathering from what you've taught. If you're going to use this for a more formal grading assignment, something you can do if you don't have them always using their district Gmail account. And you can ask them just to put their last name, whatever it may be, and make that a required question. I'm going to put this at the top. So now if I view live form again, now it's got a question of what is your name. So they'll have to type in a name. Their response may be red. Once a week, submit. So now if we go back to our results, this time it has a category for what is their name. So then you can actually then assign a grade to their assignment. So if these are right or wrong answers, you could grade it. And then in this column, this is just a normal Excel spreadsheet that it will keep adding to. You can put total grade, and then you can say 2 out of 2. and you can even go further and calculate percentages and different things like that. I hope this helps. Let me know if you need anything else, and good luck. Good luck.